Guys connect, intellect, intersect. Brothers on the rise, no lies, just respect. Health, wealth, religion, truth, gotta inspect. Mindful exchange on deck, we perfect.
You are now tuned into the Mindful Exchange podcast.
Yes. What up, though?
We got some special guests today. We are here at Elmira College, and I am not going to hold you up any longer. To the brother across from me, state your name and all the good stuff.
I'm Nicene Reese, more formally known by Reese on this campus. I am a human services major, and I graduate in the class of 2026.
Awesome. Okay. Nice to meet you. That's great.
Where are you from, Nicene?
Yeah, where are you from?
Binghamton, New York.
Awesome. You right next door then.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, anything getting away from home is good, even if it's 45 minutes.
Amen.
My son is in Broome. He plays ball at Broome. How about you, young man?
So I'm not from here. I'm from DC.
Oh, you said it like you. You like, let's be clear. I'm not from.
Nah, I'm not from here. I'm from DC. My name is David Lee. Everyone knows me as David Lee. I never get called by David on this campus, which is weird because I grew up my
not even
name.
like D or no, Lee. It's like David
Lee or David Lee. It's never my first name. So when I hear my first name, I think it's my mom calling me.
Yeah.
Who's calling me? But I'm a fashion marketing major.
Dope.
Double major with history. Something about me, I'm a military kid. My dad was in special operations, so I was moving around. I lived in Switzerland. I lived in North Carolina, Africa. Been all over the place. I lived in DC.
This passport looks like mine.
Yeah.
I lived in DC, so when I saw that Eagles keychain, I just
don't be a hater
anymore.
Oh man,
don't be a hater.
He said, "I'm gone. I'm gone."
JD5 get his revenge next year.
Don't get this man started.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm gonna be quiet. I can't cuss. So I'm concentrating.
Yeah. How about you, young man?
My name's Mac. Most of the people on campus call me Mac. Just everyone I know.
Can you spell that just because?
MAC.
Mac?
Mac, yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Toronto.
So you got it's your accent. You got that T dot accent.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
You already know what I'm asking.
Kendrick
or Drake? Kendrick.
Drake's great, but like if we want to get deep into it, I guess we're going to save it for later.
For sure.
I think it's an art of writing music, and it's known that he doesn't write his music, so there's no conversation, you know?
That's so real, man.
I understand hope, for sure.
I can't wait for this. Because, you know, he got an OVO owl tattooed on his chest.
You know
what I'm saying?
The music comes out good when it's his music. You know what I mean?
So, for sure.
Yeah.
So what about your major here?
Finance and accounting.
Wow.
I might switch that around, get economics minor.
So you like numbers.
I can do numbers real well.
Yeah, we have to holler at that, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what
And how about you, young lady?
My name is Lear Mendez. I'm a psychology major and a human services major. I'm from Middletown, New York. It's like 3 hours a little east. And
how was it out there in Middletown?
it's the same as here, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice over there.
Well, we're glad to have all of you here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful thing for us to be here with young minds. And just to keep it blunt, like, this isn't us grilling you. We have mindful conversations, you know what I mean? So we're going to pick your brains the same way we want you to pick our brains.
It's good. I like challenges.
That's what I'm talking about. He's a little combative, though, so you got to watch this one.
So
yeah. Fire up. Get ready for him.
So
let him introduce who he is. He's so eager to get to it, right? So introduce yourself, good brother.
My name is Quest. I'm from here, Elmira, born and raised. I'm an artist myself. I'm a father. I'm a husband, and I was once upon a time a teenager. So
I skipped that phase.
A long time. If you take his head off, it was a long time.
Yeah, you got
long time.
This guy.
What you want?
Oh yeah. Okay. My name is my real name is Kurt, but people call me Cap. It's short for Capion. I'm actually an artist, a studio owner. I actually own a studio here downtown in Elmira, a recording studio, and then we have a podcast studio on the other side. So I got into all this based on me being an artist. When I realized back then there wasn't that much money in it, and the day I decided to get more into audio engineering is when we did our first show at the arena, and we brought Joel Santana there, and we had to invest a lot of money into it, right? So I was thinking like that was my payday. Then after the show, guess how much money I made?
Zero.
Just enough to pay everybody back I borrowed money from. So I was like, literally that day, I said, no more. We were recording in my basement. Couple years after that, we migrated downtown, and ever since then, I've been doing production, audio engineering, videography, working with kids, things of that nature. We'll get into that later. I'll let this gentleman eagerly snatch the microphone.
My name is Jeremy. Everybody calls me Hoodro. I'm a comedian. I get paid to talk. I'm from Elmira via Buffalo. I'm a dad also. I'm an amputee.
You want to show him?
I'm hungry.
He's proud.
Yeah, I take it off. You know what I'm saying?
And he deadlift 300-something pounds too with that thing.
I did. Well, I did get up there a little bit. But I'm just a fun-loving guy that loves life, that loves to talk and interact with young people. I think that it's really important that we can be able to bridge the gap.
For sure.
There's not really much difference between us. I mean, besides the age factor, because like Quest, I was a teenager at one point. I went to Fredonia State. That's where I went to college at, was Fredonia State. So I know the college life, man. I know what it's like living on campus. I know what it's like being, away from your family, trying to find yourself. And, I'm proud that y'all even want to step up and do something like this, because a lot of people, are so caught up in not wanting to step outside of their own box. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of cool. So I definitely appreciate y'all coming.
I think that's a good segue, too, because it's like, as college students, what is it that helped you guys to step outside of the today box? Because it looks different than our box. Like, you guys are caught up in an era where there's trends. People can get paid a lot of money by being influencers. So a lot of people bypass college. What is it that made you guys step into the college realm?
Can I go first? Or you can go later?
Well, right before I came to school, I have family in Ohio, and they came and visited. We were at dinner, and for the 3 hours we were at dinner, I was just being lectured about how college is all about networking and connections.
Yes, it is.
So I think that what
y'all
pushes me
ate
to
for
do
3
things
hours?
It was a long dinner.
It was a grilling. They grilled it. So you realize the benefit of being in college to network.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's cool, obviously, classes, and I get to learn more, but I think so far, I'm a sophomore, so far I've gained more connections than anything else that's helped me figure out things in the real world, I guess.
That's
you could
dope,
say.
man. That's really dope.
So I talk a lot, so I'm going to give you a whole
Please
run
do.
through. Like I said, I lived in Switzerland, and I wasn't around that many Americans during that time. It's 13, 14, 12 to 15. And during that time, I was just playing soccer only. I was playing pretty high level. And all I had on my head was, yo, I'm going to go professional. I'm not even going to go to college. I used to tell people that. And I look back, I'm like, bro, I was so stupid. But I was like, bro, I'm going to go straight to the league. I'm going to be getting so much money, at 17, 18.
That sounded like me, too, when I was a kid.
But soccer players make more money than most athletes.
I was around that culture the whole time. I'm not in the U.S. And I come back to the U.S., and I realize, bro, what? So living in D.C., they call it Chocolate City. There's so many black people there. I swear it's the most beautiful
Well, I was going to ask
city.
you how many black people did you encounter in Switzerland?
Not many.
So look, you have I don't want to say the word. You got black people, and then you got So then
I dig.
I had some people. First off, in my school, it was 2 black families.
Yeah.
And it was a Kenyan family and me. And they treated the Kenyan family a little differently. In the U.S., not in the U.S., but in Switzerland, they look on black Americans like, oh, he's a thug. Dude, I had a high top. I was 5'1", and people treated me like I was some gangster, bro.
Wow.
I never lived that life. But in Switzerland, actually, there are a lot of black people, but there is only they're Ghanaian immigrants or Eritrean, not Ethiopian, Eritrean immigrants, which they're just out there, but they was really more immersed in the Swiss culture. So they spoke Swiss German. They try to speak English to me, which is a weird thing. Everyone, when I go to other countries, everyone wants to speak to the black American. They think we're so cool.
What?
And they know how we walk. They know how we talk. They knew
crazy.
I was American before I spoke. The only time I had a different problem was in Africa. They didn't know. They just tried to speak to me in the regular language. But in Switzerland, they said, I knew he's American before you even spoke, because the way we walk stiff somehow.
Wow.
And
I
so
know I
everyone-
walk stiff.
And
I'm trying to change it up sometimes. I can't.
Weird.
But
And it's weird over there because they do treat you different.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I mean?
different.
It's so different. They'll just like he said, they'll know that you're from America. It's
That's crazy.
They want to talk to you, speak English, like yo, what's up, bro? Like, they always
probably comes off as a little manufactured,
yeah,
right?
but it's whatever.
At least they're trying to communicate with you, though.
No, I don't mind it. It's just funny looking at people. Like, it's whatever. But moving back to DC, like my eyes really opened. It's around a whole bunch of black people, successful black people like you guys. I'm gonna get to that because black men are so important, and especially in a black child's life, like a black son.
For
is
sure.
so important.
Talk that talk. For
having
sure.
a father figure in their life to guide them is so important. I have my mother and my father who are married for 20 years, which is I'm pretty lucky because a lot of black kids don't have that.
Yeah. And I don't want to cut you off, but just to be fair, men are important in every child's life.
Every child's life.
We're at a deficit in the black community.
Exactly.
And it really puts us behind when.
Definitely.
For sure. Appreciate that statement too.
Having that, my dad, and bro, in DC, everyone went to college. All the black men in your life, they went to college. All my teachers in high school were black. I had black women too, and they were in fraternities and sororities. So I had AKAs, I had Q dogs teaching me. And so that truly,
See, we never experienced that living here in Elmira. Like we were just talking about that the other day. Like we were like, how many black male teachers have you had?
So many.
Here, it's not like that.
So many.
It's me and James in the middle school. That's it.
It's crazy.
In our middle school right now, it's me, and I only do lunch groups, and then James, he teaches in special ed.
Wow.
Shoot, all I remember is Mr. Harvard in music.
Oh, that's my cousin James, yeah.
And Mr. Holmes and at EFA.
Well, the principal, Miss Huey, was black.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was up in her office. She was the type that'll make you cry without even like.
That's tough love though.
Touching you, she just look at you.
Y'all wasn't. But
we needed it though.
I got that paddle.
You got the paddle?
Yeah.
You probably
in the
needed
80s,
it.
First of all, disclaimer: the '80s was a different time. Let's just say that it was a different time. You can get whooped. You can get whooped in school back then. She can call my mama. She be like, "Pam, he down here acting up. Well, whoop his ass."
I'm not gonna lie.
Whoop his butt.
Pam is that's an old black woman name. That's my grandma's name too. That's an old.
Hey, mama, I just want to say, mama, if you look at this, I ain't call you old. He did.
Yeah, she coming to get you next.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, just being around like successful black men and women. My mom they both went to the military first. My dad's from Savannah, Georgia. And my mom's from St. Louis. Yes. So I hope we get to that because I want to talk about Big Boy and Outkast and all that. But seeing both of my parents go in the military and then go to college after, both of them have masters and
that's
their
beautiful.
bachelors.
That's beautiful.
So they led me. I'm very lucky. I was a black kid who was able to live outside the country, pick up languages, see the world differently.
So how do you plan on helping younger black kids in the future that don't have your blessing of an upbringing understand that they don't necessarily have to come from that to reach where you're at?
So two things. I live by this quote. I never get interviewed. I always tell people this, is I want my whole purpose in life is to give others the platform to succeed.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to, everyone walk different steps in life, and I don't want people to feel ashamed. Like I hope when I talk, and your audience doesn't think that this black kid's just trying to flex on us.
Guess what? We don't care what the audience thinks if they're watching. Thank you, but we're here to have mindful exchange, and that's what we're doing.
That's what I want to do. Like I lived a life, so I want to be able to show people there's other means to life. Some people think they can only be a rapper, or they need to get in the streets to succeed.
That used to be me when I was younger, honestly.
It's tough, but then you had someone also guide you to show you that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, God bless his soul. DJ Brand New, my brother, he was the one that really led all of us to where we're at now. He was like the father that was missing from the community, and he was like a father to, they gave him his own day here in Elmira called Brand New Day. You know what I mean? He was that big of an influence.
August
14th.
14th?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Mind you, like I said, I didn't say black fathers. I said some male type of figure too, because some people's parents are in jail or deceased or just not in their life. So even that big brother that stepped up or that uncle, that's important. So you had your brother step up. So that guidance. And I want to be like that to some people, to all people that I can. We started a YouTube channel. And we do motivational quotes in there, and I just hope it reaches some.
That's
someone.
powerful,
We'll be like,
man.
Invite us on. We'll come
I got
on.
you.
So you guys did that together? You started it together?
Yes.
Well, pretty much what happened was David Lee one day, he's like, oh, I just post quotes. Like, I kind of want to
On
start
Twitter,
filming
yeah.
videos. And, like, me recently, like, I can get into it later, but I've just been super proactive, so I'm like, just don't wait, just do it.
That's so dope,
And
man.
then we started doing it. Obviously, a couple of guys had their opinions on it, like, oh, it's so cool. Oh, you and David Lee, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
People are watching, and people have given feedback, like, oh, like, that's helped me, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I had a
if I
lot
can
of
help-
people, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
beautiful,
A
man.
lot of people like, yo, man, your message touched me. On YouTube, if you want to check it out, is He's Fashionably. So like he's fashionable,
got
but Lee at the end.
We'll get it. We could post it in the
Yeah,
in the
for
link.
sure.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna check it out
I'll
and
show
support
you
it. You
guys.
know.
Yeah, we talk about we have I think our most viewed one is stop people pleasing. You're not a clown
like that
jester. Yeah, I know you watch. A lot of people watch it.
Oh,
It has,
that's
like,
powerful.
Almost 200 views, which is to
Beautiful.
me. I used to be like, oh, there's not many views, but he told me like, imagine a room of 200 people.
Yeah.
You can fill a room with 200 people. So that changed my perspective. We've talked about. It's okay to celebrate your success.
Of
You know, a lot
course.
of people, they like I just said, I'm a little self-conscious about talking about what I've done in life because people always like want to chop down on you, especially in the black community.
I had a
Bro,
hard
listen.
time with that myself. My bad, brother. Go ahead.
Nah, bro, listen, let me tell you something. These guys, they'll tell you all the time. I flex every week. Soon as they talk about something outside,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, cause I done been to Amsterdam. I took my family to China.
He
We done been to
flexing.
Thailand.
Get
You know
it.
what I mean? We done been to all the islands. We done been to Mexico. I done been to Hawaii 9
going.
times.
Keep
I
going.
could keep flexing. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's not flexing if you did it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it's your real people, so like these are my real people. I'm
celebrate
talking
it
about
with them,
since
yeah.
the 80s. These are my real people.
Yeah.
So when I flex, it don't do nothing but inspire them
We
to do
pick on
things.
him just because I think it's the way he presents it because he is a comedian. So we just pick on him for the way he presents it. But it's inspiring for us and whoever gets to hear it because, like, we're on the topic of, you know, young kids from disadvantaged situations might not even think that they can do those things. And then when you hear somebody that comes from that background say these things, it's like, damn, how did he do it?
Yeah.
You know?
That's
With one leg at that.
Word up.
I want to show like yo, black people can be successful. Like
That was a shot.
Like, don't beat down on yourself because black people can be successful. I want all message to go out there, but first, in all honesty, I prioritize my community first because at the end of the day, they're gonna be here for me versus someone else. So I want to show that yo, black people can be successful, man. Like don't beat up on yourself, and it's perfect because you're seeing a lot of things are changing in the world. Our athletes are getting more black. Our TV is getting more black.
Yeah.
Everything is getting more black.
Yeah.
People hate to see, but we're taking over country music. Shabuzi is like people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not real country music, dude.
And didn't
we're everywhere.
Beyonce just get the
Beyonce
best
also got
album,
one, and
country music
she
record
did
of the year
just a couple weeks
album?
ago, and they beat up on her. Oh, that's not real country music. So it's not real country music because why?
I mean, and a lot of people are so uneducated, honestly, about the country music because
Who
the
started
reality
it?
is black people started country music.
Yes.
Yeah.
The original Cowboys were
The
black.
real, exactly.
The
original
And
Cowboys?
Spanish.
Black and Mexican, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, so sorry, I know we got.
Yeah, you're good.
very
I went
Now
out
we
to
good.
talk.
You know,
This is what we
just want
love
to get
to do.
everybody.
But for me, what kind of helped me start reaching out is losing everything. I lost it all last year. I had a little stint. Last year I had a little tough time. Grandfather died. Girlfriend left me. 30K in debt. Lost it all. Thought my life was gonna end, right? But realistically, I was alive. People win the lottery, whatever. So lost it all. All of a sudden, made money. Like I made a lot of money. Like I made my money, and I've just realized like if it wasn't supposed to go my way, God would have killed me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like as long as you wake up or as long as you have another second to live, you have all opportunity to like make it right and
Yeah.
change it. Or kind of change your situation.
That's
right?
beautiful,
Like
man.
you hear stories all the time. People go more than 100K in debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they find a way out of it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of one thing that's inspired me. It's as long as I'm not dead, as long as you know what I mean.
It's
there are people
another opportunity to get to it, man.
Amen.
I think the hardest part is losing loved ones. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you can go to grief counseling and things of that nature, but there's really no 100% correct way to mourn, and
Yeah.
you know. But
People always say that, oh, you know, it'll get better with time. You
Yeah.
know, and I think that's a generic way
cliche.
of trying to.
Well, it was
yeah.
crazy. Like when my grandpa died, like Absolutely insane story. Like at first, I didn't feel affected at all. I found it a week later because I play hockey and like we were in playoffs, and my mom's like, "Oh, I didn't want to bother you." I'm like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" So I found out later, and it was just like, you know what I mean. But that's one thing I've learned to process and like kind of like almost like understand, like because every moment's so precious. Like, to kind of take care of it and like kind of like you were saying, like you don't necessarily care what anyone else is thinking. It's because like you value this time. You know what I mean? So,
we're not gonna let you skip past the fact that you play hockey too. We're gonna come back to that.
That's dope, man.
yeah,
that's real dope. You guys are very insightful. Yeah, we're not gonna let you get away with being
you
quiet.
just quiet. Yeah, nah.
What was the original question?
Shit. What was the question?
what kind of pushed you to get outside
part
of the
of my
box
language.
and like kind of like be more involved in stuff? Or
My freshman year, I pretty much only hung around white people. So sophomore year, I was like, I want to be more in tune with the black people and the black culture at Elmira.
Yeah.
What's up?
So how was it? What do you think the difference was between the different groups as far as like characteristics, activities?
It's easier to be myself amongst them than with the non-blacks.
Well, I think
I'd like him to explain that, because if I don't have
that's
any
what I was gonna ask.
understanding of that at all, and it's powerful information. Like, can you go a little more in depth about that?
It's just more like them not knowing what you mean or what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because we have two
Turn
different
your mic towards you
upbringings.
just a tad bit. You can actually grab the mic and turn it. Yep. There you go.
Because we have two different upbringings.
Yeah.
So I would say something and it would just not click with them. But if I say it to David or Lerom or Mac, they would get it.
They getting it right away.
Yeah.
So do you think that sometimes that maybe that would be vice versa? So when you're hanging out with different people and they say different things, that you take it a different way?
Absolutely. But that's like, if they're your friends, then it's just a learning curve. You'll eventually get to it. But
that's deep.
If it's not clicking, then it's not clicking.
Then it's not clicking, damn it.
I got a question. Are you talking more so like slang and things like that, or just perspective? Okay. Okay. So like when you have those like sensitive subjects or something that, you know, amongst conversation sparks and you can possibly feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And they don't take it in, you know, consideration, and then you're stuck like, do I say something?
I couldn't do that a second year.
That would be kind of rough for me.
Yeah, I dig it. I know what you're talking about, bro.
I feel like it's small stuff too, like just saying like barbershop talk. Like,
Yeah.
we all know what that means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like growing up, sitting in the barbershop for 2 hours, waiting on your dad to get a cut.
I ain't even got no
everyone's
hair,
talking.
and I used to be up
You
in the
know what I
barbershop
mean?
for 2
Stuff
hours.
like that. Like if he would have said, I feel like, you know, it kind of resonates more. Because like if you like playing hockey, obviously, like if I said that to my teammates, they're like, what's he talking about?
Damn.
Yeah. So.
What's he talking about?
Yeah. About. I say house weird too. So. Yeah. It's the Canadian. I apologize.
Leave him alone,
Nah,
man.
listen.
What do you do to you?
I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said.
No, him too. I'll call my dad back home and he's like, yeah. Yeah, Lee's awful for it.
No, but I think, you know, that's the best part of being an individual, is owning up to the things that make you you. Amen. You know what I mean? And a part of you is how you talk. It's just like being from DC or being from Binghamton or even being from Elmira or even from Middletown. Everywhere you go, we all have a different slang, a different level of who we are. Yeah. And so when you take that from where you're from to where you're going, that just means that you're comfortable with yourself. Yeah. And, you know, for young people, that's the biggest thing, like being able to be comfortable with yourself. Because, like I said, this is coming from an old person. When we talk about hip hop, I've grown.
Old, bro.
Now you older than me, but them couple months matter. I don't care. So
counting like that, don't owe him no money.
Nah, but you know, when we think about it too, you know, like when we talk about music, we say a lot of the music sounds the same now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so when we talk about music, it's like the music has lost its individuality. Yeah. That's like the music has lost its individuality. So when you hear young people being so in tune with their self and being cool with being who they are, you know what I mean? That shows you that we might just interpret it that way, but it's not really all in actuality that they're all the same.
And that's honestly, like you kind of saying that, I think of my one friend. I saw him earlier. His name's Ashraf. If I played the music he listened to, I know if I played it around my dad, like would not listen to it at all.
What type of music is it?
It's the new age, like underground, like rap music, like the stuff that sounds like just crazy 808s, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But one thing I've noticed is like, because the times have kind of progressed, it's almost like David Lee was talking, like someone sees a black person, it's like quick to group it, right?
Yeah.
But like, because we're the new age, it sounds the same to you guys, but it sounds so different to us. We
Not
can
a
tell you
monolith.
that 808's different from that 808 in
That's
that song.
crazy.
Or like that hi-hat pattern's so different.
That's
or, like,
crazy.
You know what I mean?
I
So,
want to touch on that. That's huge.
yeah. It's
like-
perspective.
So what kind of music do all of you listen to?
Get into that.
Who's your favorite artist?
Yeah, your
My
favorite.
favorite artist. I could probably say Frank Ocean, but I also listen to a lot of like different type of music. Like I have a playlist for everything. I have a rock playlist, country playlist.
Yeah.
I have like throwback playlist. Excuse me. I have a Spanish playlist, obviously, because I'm Spanish. Just regular like.
Is it like a
hip-hop.
mood thing? Like, okay, I feel like this right now, so I'm gonna.
Honestly, it's like random. I could listen to like all 3 different playlists in a day. I just
Yeah,
appreciate
my workout
like, all of
playlist
them.
is weird.
Yeah.
Real weird, but I love it, so that's all that matters. How about you before he starts shooting at me, man?
I kind of make music. I'm around music, so I listen to everything: country, jazz, like.
Do you produce or you rap or you sing? Or?
I don't rap. I do everything but rap.
Yeah.
I'll produce.
Nice.
I'll mix.
What do you
whatever.
produce with?
FL Studio.
Dope.
But if you can use Ableton, your melodies, loops, they're good.
Ableton.
Because
Yeah.
my friend, I work with a couple producers. They do big stuff.
Yeah.
like, all Ableton.
Everybody always bigs Ableton up.
Ableton, the complexity and like the way you mix is nuts.
Yeah, you ever use Pro
FL's
Tools at all?
I haven't personally. Pro
Yeah.
Tools looks good, but it's just a learning curve.
I'm a
you know
Pro
what I mean?
Tools baby.
Yeah, I gotta learn. Pro Tools.
FL too, but
Yeah.
Pro Tools is my main.
You can make your
dog.
808 sound hard on FL.
I believe you, man.
But-
I mean, they mastered it though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they focused on that as they should have.
Yeah.
Whereas Pro Tools fell back from like the production side of things.
I'm a drum guy personally. My loops melodies aren't that good. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm getting up there. But in terms of like music, I listen to everything. Artists,
Yeah.
I will say I have to have a rotating list of favorite artists just because if I say I have a favorite artist, I can't be considered like up with the times.
Yeah.
Right? So, but nowadays, I don't know. It's always changing. But Michael Jackson has to stay on there. I was listening to him
What
again.
you know about Mike?
It's been years since I've been listening
What
to
you
him.
know
but-
about-
So
Michael
are you talking
Jackson's
about?
on
Are you
there.
talking about? Are you
Hold
talking
on.
about black Michael Jackson or are you
It's
talking
all-
about white Michael
it's all
Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Because there's a difference. That's
It's
all.
all
I'm just
Michael
keeping it real.
Jackson.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to ask.
The experience.
Y'all thought I
shaped it.
wasn't going to ask you?
The
We
experience
asked him to tone himself down a little. I guess that is toned down.
I ain't been cussing or
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think it's one of those things. It's like as you kind of expand with life,
Yeah.
your perception on his music expands. Like the stuff he made when he switched sides like Spider-Man, I wasn't
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
too
yeah,
hip with.
yeah.
But now like that I've lost everything and kind of like found myself.
Yeah.
I'm listening to his stuff and I'm like, wow, like this is kind of he spit some game in it. No one's
Yeah.
seeing it. So
Nah, I
He's
mean,
one
you
of the
know,
greats, if not the greatest.
100%. That's why he's not here.
Yeah.
that's the answer I was
That's
looking
a-
for.
That's another.
Because both mics was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Yo,
For me,
Yeah.
if you ask me
say
this
Wale.
question, like, no. If we gonna do DC rappers, they gonna be like Swipey or something. But so yeah, that's deep. That's deep. For me, if you asked me this question 4 years ago, I'd have been like Trippie Redd, Lil Uzi. But dude,
You look like you hang out with them.
Word up.
He does.
get along with my son. He
Yeah.
likes all that.
Someone said that, but like, I felt like this is another thing I talk about my YouTube channel is what you put in is what you put out. So those dudes they rap about. I still listen to them like sometimes, depending on the mood.
Yeah.
It's really rare now, but what you put in, what you put out. Those dudes are always rapping about something sad. I had nothing to be sad about, but I was
Yeah.
just constantly sad and depressed. Like, why am I sad? I realized what I'm putting in. I'm listening to Trippie Redd, Juice WRLD,
Yeah.
and then I switched it to now I only listen to like either like R&B, like deep R&B. My mom be like, "How do you know this? You gotta be
Yeah.
doing something with a girl." I'm like, "Nah, it's me." But really, it's like it's my top 5 right now. Would be like Tyler, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. I've been listening to Tupac But it's really Tyler that's been leading me because you guys talked about like
He's dope.
really loving
He's dope.
yourself. He's so different. He like stands out.
Yeah.
He said some weird stuff I can't
Yeah,
get with, though.
he says
He does
in the past, but now
But
he's
you're
changed.
listening.
But he's so unapologetically himself, and it showed me I can be
Yeah.
myself, and I really learned to love myself. I kind of picked up his style, I really picked up his style, so I dress the way he dresses a lot.
And he seems genuine too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he's just genuinely like.
He's like I said, unapologetic.
Yeah, man.
And I heard he got a BBL too. No Diddy.
Hold up. A BBL,
Yo,
like
Tyler got
Nah,
a BBL.
Tyler
Look it
got
up
a-
online.
David
Yo,
Lee's gonna get
somebody
one, too.
Google something,
yo,
please.
Google it.
Somebody.
Yo,
He
He
I
did a
don't
funk
believe
flex freestyle where he was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
flex."
Yeah, he says
Tyler
some
the
crazy.
Creator got a
He says some
BBL.
I can't even say what he said.
So I've heard people.
I saw that freestyle.
Yeah.
I've heard people refer to a BBL
Crazy
on a
freestyle,
guy
but
like.
to do that is
Nah,
it's
he
a
got a
talent.
real.
Like
He
his
got
butt?
a BBL.
He ain't got no
not,
BBL. He
Not
just-
abs. Not
it was- it
abs
was a
etched
fake
in.
That's what I
boy.
was talking about. Like,
Nah. That's what
about
what's
to-
Big Sean got. Big Sean got the fake abs.
I'm about to get my abs airbrushed this summer. It's gonna be airbrushed on.
It's cheaper. Well, yeah, you
No,
can
no,
now,
go ahead.
But I just think that's what you put in is what you put out. So I had to change my what I listen to.
What
so,
you consume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
right up your alley. I was waiting for you to hit that.
Nah, because I mean, I switched a lot of things up too. Like, there's certain artists that I listen to only when I'm at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, I find myself listening to music less unless I'm actually in the gym lifting some weight.
Like a moderation.
You know? Yeah, like. But if I'm not in the gym, I'm listening to some R&B, some. You know, I got a playlist I created that's called Stress Free. And it's all about the vibes, everything that makes me feel calm, loving, and just
Sade.
open. I just downloaded that
Yup.
today.
Heavy on the side.
Word up, yeah,
That's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
I see.
what you listening to?
I listened to a little bit of everything, like everyone else just said, but you said favorite artist and favorite song. My favorite song of all time is "Remember the Time" by Michael Jackson.
That's
that
dope,
was
man.
the joint.
That's the
Because
white
you can play
mic
that
too.
every
The
occasion.
white mic.
That was dope.
Do
You say
you
Lil TJ?
remember
No.
the time?
Oh, I was
Lil
about to say,
TJ.
man. Wow.
Wait,
Word up. He
who
was
put you
killing it in
onto
that video.
Who put you onto that? Because that came out for you was born.
I don't know. I just found it.
Right? It found you, huh?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But my favorite artist is Tupac.
Tupac.
That's dope, man.
You know, they just posted a video that he was alive the other day. Y'all seen that?
It is every other
Where was
month.
he at?
I don't know. He had gray hair and
Oh, I
everything.
see.
You seen it with the
Yo, they're
bandana?
always coming up with new Tupac's alive.
But
Did you believe it?
Nah, it do look like him though. I ain't gonna lie, but you know, with the AI stuff now, you
Yeah,
can't. You don't know
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
I can't get with nothing.
So how much do you guys feel like I guess music and hip hop in general affects the black culture or the minority
Everything.
culture?
Oh, I
Big
think it's so
everything.
different now, just a little bit. I remember last year, like, David and I were talking about this something, and he, like, made a point that, like, made so much sense, but, like, I feel like a lot of artists, like, now put out, like, the wrong message of, like, what it is to, like, be black, I guess you
Yeah.
could say. Like, when we were talking about it, you mentioned, like, Sexy Red. Like,
Yeah.
okay, her music, sure, for, like, a party, but
Yeah,
it's, like,
yeah.
now what do you really
Like, damn, what you talking about?
I don't even know about for a
Yeah.
party. She said,
I don't think we can say what she says.
Nah,
on
you
this.
better chill.
he
bro.
said, yeah,
we know what you're talking about. We know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, so, yeah, like,
So what
That's
about like old school music compared to music that we hear now?
Well, like, I hate to cut you. Or you go, finish. My bad.
well, I don't know. I just feel like there was more, like, a
Substance?
mess. Yeah,
what's
more
what's
substance,
old
yeah.
school to you though?
Old school to me?
Yeah,
Sade. I like Sade. She looks like my mom. Or my mom looks like her.
that's the heat right there.
Yeah. Michael Jackson, too. Like,
Okay, you know, because you guys are young, so
Mm-hmm.
like I have a young daughter too, and so when she talks about old school, she's talking
Yeah.
about like the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so it's just, you know, I just like to see what you consider old school.
Jackson 5. Who's Loving You is my favorite song.
Damn, that's deep.
I was just gonna say, like, that might be a bit different, but like I've just noticed trends personally. Like, well, Lil Baby just dropped an album. The Glorilla verse on there had some, like, in terms of like community, I
Yeah.
don't think not the best idea. She's like, I know there are other women better. She didn't use those words, but the idea was, I know there are other women better.
Yeah.
But who cares? Because I'm me.
Oh yeah,
And like,
she the baddest.
yeah, and it's like, for me, it's like, okay, so you know you're not serving or up to certain standards,
Yeah.
but who cares? So you're almost like brushing it off as like, I should.
It's so easy for people to
You know
do
what
that
I
now
mean?
too.
And then even I was gonna say, like, if you push back to like the old music, and like I got some 2090s knowledge, but even if you look at like people like Neo and Usher, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I love my girlfriend. My girlfriend left me, but I want her back.
Yeah.
Whereas like you look at the music now, it's like, that girl, I got 10. You know what I mean?
Man.
So it's small stuff like that to where it's like it's so subconscious, and like people do it. It's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, how's your girl? That girl, who cares? I got 10. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like if you're listening to Neo, you got 10 girls. What? You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
We have the same girl.
Yeah.
It's like they're fighting over one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like that's how I look at it. But yeah.
They have an R&B dance off over that one girl.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I
Want some of this?
Crying in the rain.
Yo.
What it sounds like is
Crying
really
in the rain.
Yeah,
the influence is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen
You
that
know,
shit.
the influence is still the same. Like, you know, I mean, it's just the times are different. You know,
100%.
but it's real, like, you know, refreshing to hear that you're able to recognize how that impacts you guys.
Yeah.
Can I ask a cap question? Do y'all listen to drill music?
Yep.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
type of drill?
Yep.
Chicago, New York, London.
Any drill.
Any drill?
So I'm
Before
an
I
audio
played hockey-
engineer and I work with a lot of artists, right? So even being an older individual, I don't have the leisure to say I'm turning this type of music off. I can't discriminate against who I work with. The kids that I work with, I work at a detention facility as well. So these kids are in there for 10, 15, life, things of that nature. We actually do audio sessions, and we, you know, you would think that while they're in there, you want to encourage them to make different music, which I do. But you also have to respect the fact that this is where they're from, so they're making music about their experiences. And you were saying something about like, okay, I'm not sad. Why would I listen to sad music?
Yeah.
That really hit me because sometimes I'm forced to. I could walk into the studio one day, had the best day of my life, right? And then the session that I have just brings my vibration down, and I still got to make it sound good. You know what I mean?
I just had to ask that question because they're young,
Yeah.
and we always have that conversation about the drill.
I was thinking about that because before I play hockey games,
Yeah.
I won't lie, I listen to some.
Listen. This is what I tell them. That's why I said my workout playlist
Yeah.
is crazy because I'm older, but S.Go is still on my workout playlist.
You know what I mean? So that's
S.
I think that's great that like you're able
You
to kind of
gotta
like,
choose.
channel that.
And I be on the bench like you gotta chill, you know. But
Yeah,
get out there.
but like you said, it's like I look at it as art, and it's someone like live to saying like I experienced this. And,
Yeah.
like, as much as you might not resonate, it's like some kids like it might be crazy to think about, but from the time they wake up to the time they go to
Yeah.
sleep, they resonate with NBA YoungBoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like if that's helping someone be a better person,
Yeah.
it's working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I look at it from a perspective of like, as a producer or whatever, I gotta know what makes me happy. So if it's only the happy music,
Yeah.
I gotta cut out the chase of money because
Yeah.
as much as money makes me happy, again, I lost it all. So
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't the money because
Yeah.
I had money and I lost it and I have money again. You know what I mean? So it's not the money. It's what am I surrounding myself with? So it's like, okay, if I can have a good day and it's kind of the music,
Yeah.
maybe I only work with these people and I sacrifice on the money a bit. You know what I mean?
That's deep, man.
But that's what I kind of noticed from with my life. But yeah.
Kind of to like bounce off of that, I guess. I feel like I don't really like discriminate against like any type of music because like that's just somebody like expressing themselves. Like it doesn't matter like if you understand it or not. Like that's just them. Like that's music is a form of art. Like that's just them expressing themselves how they feel.
I don't know what they be talking about.
Sometimes I don't either.
I be listening to my daughter. She be upstairs. What?
But quick question: if she's happy about it, and you see that as a father, do you kind of feel happy?
So
Sometimes
you gotta
depending on
answer the
music.
question.
I'm gonna answer the question.
Yeah.
Growing up, my dad didn't understand the music that we were listening to. So like we came from the crisscross era. So at one point in time, I wanted to wear my clothes backwards. You know what I mean? My dad was looking at me like, "Yo, what in the hell did you do?"
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
oh yeah, we was running around.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad, I help me unbuckle my pants. I gotta go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, so when my daughter listens to that stuff,
Larry.
I'm trying.
Larry, you was there too.
Larry, you was there.
Did Larry tell y'all he used to rap?
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Nah, he
Okay.
never told me that.
Yeah, Larry, you're gonna have to give us a 16.
I ain't gonna blow you up, but
I
ain't
didn't
gonna
want to
blow you
expose
up.
David Lee, but when he said he had the high top, he used to rap.
man.
I got
you-
David Lee's music.
horrible.
Word.
I got it.
It's
So
horrible.
Is it online?
100%.
Possibly.
SoundCloud.
We gonna find.
yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna
find
find
it.
You ain't gonna find. I changed my name, so.
So we're gonna find it.
I have it. If you want it, let me know.
Yes, yeah.
But to answer your question, I don't judge her. I do the same thing that, you know, as dads, we have dad conversations.
Yeah.
So just like we spoke earlier, I try to explain to her about vibrations. You know what I mean? So like, even because I don't understand it, I'm not gonna judge.
Yeah.
I grew up in an all jazz household. Like when I listened to music growing up, it was Brass Construction, Boney James, Tower of Power, Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago. Like that's what I grew up listening to. You know what I mean? Bradford Marcellus, all that.
And then
So my dad, he wasn't with none of the stuff that I was listening to. So I don't judge my daughter. I just tell her to be mindful of the vibrations because she is 14, and you are a little more impressionable at that age.
And they don't really know how much it does affect them at that age. At least I didn't.
Subconsciously.
Yeah.
So I just tell her, you know, if you're feeling sad, I always ask her, what you been listening to? You know what I mean? She's like, she loves like SZA, and she loves a lot of that. And when you listen to it, they have some good songs. Like, but I had to listen to the Kill Bill. And I'm like, is she talking about killing her boyfriend? Like, what kind of games? Like, nah, baby, you can't listen to this one. This ain't the one.
Well, you know she ain't gonna listen to it around you, but
definitely
when
she
don't.
gonna
she's
listen
on her own, she gonna listen to it. The best part about it is that you're able to communicate with her. You know the influence that it might have on her.
And that's a thing as a kid that I can tell you guys, like as being parents, because I had a mom, or I have both my parents. I love them both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always found myself closer to my dad, and my mom used to be like, when he tells you something, why do you learn? And the biggest thing for me was consequence recognition.
Yeah.
With my dad, if I didn't want to do something, like I used to lie about taking showers.
Yeah.
But if I didn't want to do it, like, he's like, all right, you want to go out? You're not going out.
You're
this
not
time,
going
you know what
nowhere.
I mean? So I can play any games with him. But
Yeah.
my mom, it's like, she used to do other stuff like take my games away, whatever. But if you begged enough, she'd give it back.
Yeah.
So I never recognized the
It's deep that you said that, man.
It's real.
Because that's important.
The kids know it, man. Like, as much as they
I knew
cry,
it.
they know if they cry a bit more,
Yeah.
they'll get it out of you.
You ever hear somebody explain the story like getting a whooping, like your mom whooping you, and you know you sitting there fake crying like, as soon as she leave, like,
100%. That's what I didn't want to say it, but like my mom used to whoop me, like nothing like I
yeah.
fear for my life.
And my dad never whooped me. My mom did. My dad never did because he never
Same.
had to.
Same.
Because when he raised his voice,
Everything.
You knew
is-
it was time.
So let me ask you a question, though, Kat. Who was you more afraid of, Roy or Teresa?
Teresa.
Yeah, me too. I'm still afraid right now.
My mom was a G. God rest her soul. I tell you no lie, she was a G. Like, I ain't gonna get too in depth, but she was about it, and she had rings on every one of her fingers. So they were very effective. Today, that would be like what?
Child abuse.
Yeah. But
We
it
got
worked.
abused.
That's
We
what
got
they call it
abused.
now, I think.
Yeah.
But it worked.
I wasn't even her child, and I got whoopings a bunch of times over there.
Yeah, but she fed you too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's big because like the community, like it's not we don't take responsibility for each other anymore. So like having like a communal like I was raising, it takes a village to raise a kid is important. So like having that's something that you probably appreciate now.
So
Yes.
I'm glad you
Yes.
said that. So I have a question for y'all young folks. So we believe that it does take a community to raise a child. But I've noticed that with a lot of younger parents, obviously you guys aren't parents yet, but you guys are coming into the age between the 20 and the 30-year-old parents where it's like, don't talk to my child like that, or don't discipline my child
my
like that,
conversation.
or don't
This is
whatever.
mine.
Because that's a big thing nowadays. So if you had a child, right, and you might not know me, but I said, hey, yo, little mama, don't be talking to grown folks like that. and then you come and you asking me why I'm speaking to your daughter, how is that going to make you feel?
First off, I talk to this guy about this all the time. Where that mindset comes from, black parents are like, I'm the adult, you should respect me like this. That mindset, right? There's this book that it talks about where that mindset comes from. I'm gonna speak about religion. I'm not gonna go down on anything, but it comes from Christianity. That mindset. I'm the father. I'm the mother. You respect what I say. And as a kid, you're always like, why?
Yeah.
And it's just because I said so.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for a kid.
Yeah.
So Christianity, is taught in the Bible. You don't question God. God's doing what He's doing because of whatever He knows best. And so that teaching, that mindset goes on to parents who say, oh, you don't question me and blah blah blah.
Totally wrong too.
And yeah, they could be totally wrong.
Toxic.
But they're the authority. They're the closest. It's God and your parents.
Yeah.
And so a lot of kids grew up not being able to question their parents, and so that mindset of you have to respect
my mama
me,
whooped my
respect
tail
that.
and tell me why she was.
You don't even know what you're getting a whooping for.
No, she would tell me.
No, she would tell you.
Like she was a G. Like she would tell
she would
me.
tell you? Okay.
Like because I was hard headed, bro.
Yeah.
So she would tell me not to do certain things.
Do it.
And I would just push the line, right? Thinking I'm not gonna get caught.
You was bad.
I was. Thank you.
You got silver teeth.
So I would push the line. She would catch me, or my older brother Roy. He's not like, I'm not calling him a snitch, because he was trying to like keep me out of stuff.
But you was snitching.
Yeah.
Nah, Roy wasn't snitching.
And when you watch this, bro, I wasn't like he said it. I didn't.
Yo.
Roy was trying to stay safe in his community.
Yeah, he was.
That's what he was trying to do. We didn't want listen.
Yeah.
Because if she yelled, our mamas, if we went to his house and he got in trouble, guess what? We all got in trouble. I ain't even do nothing.
Takes a community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
And so all Roy would say is, "It wasn't me."
Yeah.
And it wasn't him. He was.
And he'd go like this.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Damn, man.
I mean, but like you said, like would I get mad, right? I just wanted to touch on first. That's where that mindset. There's more to it, but that mindset comes from that. It's all about how you say it to people. I feel like that's like the biggest problem is people like they don't approach children the same way. Like especially now. Like I told my mom, you can't be just talking to everyone on the street.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm from DC. Dudes is wearing ski masks everywhere, and everyone's got a switch.
The shysters.
And I'm like, Mom, you can't like. If you're gonna say something to the teenagers, like they be littering and stuff,
Yeah.
and she go up and yell, I'm like, yo, I can't defend you anymore if they pull out. I can't do anything.
It's different now because back in our era, it was like my old manager seen my son in Weiss over here with his grandmother. He was acting up.
Yeah.
He basically put my son in place, right?
Yeah.
That was then. You do that now with some of these kids,
They gonna try to fight you.
they're going to try to fight you. They're going to back out on you. They might,
And that's a thing, like,
you know what I mean?
for
Like,
me, I feel like it's such a long line, because even if you look at COVIDs and the kids that came into school after COVID,
yeah.
they wouldn't share toys, and it's like, why? Because for years they didn't have to share with anyone, especially only
man.
kids. So it's like a lot of learned behavior is so important.
I never thought about that.
100%.
Yeah, that's a
So it's
that's a
like
good
learn
point.
behavior, and that's why I kind of stepped out of my box too. It's because looking around, whether it was hockey, like I could go forever and talk about like I never thought it was a big deal, but seeing someone take steps and like kind of live that and
Yeah.
be a full embodiment,
Yeah.
like having someone to follow steps is so important,
Yeah.
like miles.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I went to Federal State, I knew one black hockey player. You're the second black person that I've like actually met and conversated with that played hockey, and that's not like a bad thing.
No.
It's just like you don't see that
Black people
too
play
much.
hockey.
No,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like I don't even like going to the hockey game because it'd be cold in there, and I gotta wear a jacket, and it's too cold. I
My
want to go
dad,
to.
first generation Jamaican.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
not going in there.
Well, I tell people he didn't know what ice was till 1987. So like, that's like, I know it might be an exaggeration, but like, they're like, how'd you get into
1987
it?
was that that's when they did the Jamaican bobsled
I think
team.
that's when he got over here. To be honest.
Cool runnings.
Cool runnings.
But yeah.
Damn, man. So do you guys think that with the invent of drill music, do you think that plays a role in
Yeah.
violence in the
Yeah.
They're dying earlier and earlier. Like I said before, what you put in is what you put out. we got everybody want to be a gangster now. It's like, dude, you're a nerd. You watch anime, bro. Sit down.
And there should be pride. You should be proud of that if
exactly.
that's what you excel
So,
at. And
that's another thing. Like in DC, we have BlurredCon, which is a black nerd convention. It's a whole bunch of
about
nerds. You heard about it?
Yeah.
I go every year. My dad spoke there before. My mom spoke there before.
dope.
And it's people actually being themselves. Like you don't got a lot of people. They try to put on this facade that they hood and stuff, and the music they listen to. So they got them feeling like S.B. Like, which is when I came to Elmira, bro. It's dude singing drill, whatever, and like I asked dudes what's the names, and everything is something dot.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Name's Elijah, bro. Like just
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
man.
think that's like people the music they consume is drill music exactly is like very violent. Like there's like a few songs about drill music taking your girl out and go getting something for Valentine's Day. It's all about slicing someone,
spinning the block,
neck,
and all right. So let's all come up with a phrase or a word or a line that we can think of that's always said in drill music.
Shibbity, because I don't understand what they be talking about.
What'd you say?
Yo,
Man, I'm thinking.
Or even a topic.
It's always about like spinning.
I know a lot of
shaking
guns.
someone
Sliding.
down.
music.
Yeah,
Sliding,
back.
spinning.
I'm gonna poke you.
Yeah, shanking someone down.
You ever heard anything like?
I know about switches. I know about
Yeah.
PKs, all of that, and a lot of it's
Baby
music.
Drakes, everything.
Has there ever been anything that's like? And I listen to different music all day. I'm really trying to think of something to twist your brains up, but I don't think it's possible on this topic because you ever heard anything happy in drill?
I like
Anything?
It's someone who's rapping on a drill beat, but they're not from like New York. It's just like they like the beat.
Okay.
So it's not real.
I heard I forget his name. He's big. I think it's Jen Carter actually.
Yeah, I
I
was
think
just
his
gonna say.
girlfriend broke up with him, but like you could tell his heart was broken. I'm like, whoa, like this is different. Like crying gangster. Like I kind of like that. You know what I mean?
He
was-
didn't in the song. Did he ever mention how he was going to like pull out the blick and maybe stalk her or something?
But yeah,
His
but like
old
that's
music's a lot
yeah.
like that. His new music, like I was actually gonna ask, like how I don't know if you guys know Kyle Rich, but like
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah.
because his new music, I guess you could say, like it's more emotional.
Yeah.
Like Jen Carter.
That's dope.
It's like I kind of like.
Like he's
some of it.
evolving somewhat.
Kind of, but if you like went back like a few years, it's a little more aggressive.
yeah.
A lot more
I don't
aggressive.
know none of the people that you're talking about. I'm just sitting over here chilling.
Kyle Rich.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
talking about like New York joke. We talk about Chicago. Chicago's even worse. Like, dude.
Nah, but you can't even
Bro.
go. I went to my cousin. He owns a barbershop in Chicago, and I can't even walk to the store without my cousin because of the
wouldn't go to
neighbor.
the store
Well, because
in
of the
Chicago.
neighborhood that he lives. You know, my cousin. He's
I don't even want to visit. Chicago.
you know
We
he's out
understand.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I go out, when we go there,
I'm
we
scared.
walk, and it is nothing but like extra respect. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a VIP walking into the store with
Yeah.
him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But he was like, yo, I said, yo, I'm about to go to the store and get some cigarettes. And he was like, nah, you got to wait until I get done with this food. I said, bro, the store right there. He said, hey, first of all, you got that yellow sweatshirt on. You can't wear that outside because of this or that. And then they don't know you. As soon as you call somebody's son, now they're going to be like, yo, I'm trying to go in their pockets. And that he's like, just wait. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I wanted to try it, but that was the summer that there was like 400 people got shot in Chicago. And I can't run with one leg. So I was like, I'm a target.
I like
So-
talking to people too much, so that's what would make me nervous because I'm the type that would open the door for you or say, "Hey, how you doing?" and just natural passing. And when you're in wrong places, you just can't do
I
that.
think that's the culture too, because I was just talking about him today. Like, dude, I'm from down south. My people from down south.
Yeah.
So even against, they say what's up to you. Dude, no one says what's up to you, and I'm like,
I know.
Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say no one
Weird,
says
it's like-
good morning anymore.
Right?
Like,
Isn't that crazy?
So you have to worry about that like here, and it's like we were talking about how you can tell like what beats or whatever, like where it's from and geographically, like you know a beat's from Atlanta. You know, like where someone's from when you talk to them, but then you sometimes have that conflict of slang.
Yeah.
So, like, I know some people when they go to Baltimore and they get called dummy, they feel like they want to fight. Or like twin when you're in Atlanta, like it's like some people they can't. It's their culture and
Damn.
they feel some type of way. So like sometimes they can't converse with people. I think that's
Nah, I think the twin thing is crazy. I remember I heard this lady, she was like, she belonged on my 600-pound life, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? And she be like, "Hey, twin," you gonna be like,
But
"Boo, listen, wait a minute now. Like, we don't look the same." Respectfully, sweetheart.
That's another thing too. Like you say like 600 pounds respectfully. So like from a New York point of view, you know, you're going like, she's definitely not 600 pound, but respectfully, you know.
Nah, but everybody on the 600-pound life, they got somebody. I ain't mad at them. You know what I mean? Somebody like everybody. I'm an advocate for. You know, I used to weigh 441 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a big dude. You know what I mean? I've lost 150 some pounds.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like so I respect it. You know what I mean? So like when I say respectfully, I'm an advocate of love yourself, whether you small or whether you big. You know what I mean? Because I watched my 600-pound life eating ice cream, chilling like, yeah, do your thing, girl. This Sunday is good, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? But you know, but I was just making the joke of a bigger lady being like twin. You can be like.
We ain't twin.
Or like somebody real ugly being like, "Yo, twin," I'd be like,
No, I'm not your twin.
I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's
funny though.
Because the kids do that too, but they're respectfully. They'll say the most, but respectfully though.
That's
like,
Especially in
your
New
breath
York.
smells awful. You should go die respectfully.
Wow.
Is that a thing?
You said go. You said go die.
Dog, get the
Man, I mean,
reckless
just
now,
giving the
yeah.
example of,
Yeah.
Dang.
you know what messed me up about, okay, I'm going to have to say your guys' generation.
Go for it,
The bro thing.
Bro, oh,
So-
my mom hates that.
When my son, I remember I grounded him once, right? He was vaping on the school bus going from school, the high school to Bosie's where he does his trade, right? He got caught vaping on the bus. So yeah, you in trouble. You grounded. He was like, "Look, bro, this is what kids do." I said, you know what I'm saying? And
Where's the beat button? Put the beat
yeah,
button.
I got the bleep button in here. But in hindsight, I didn't understand that that's how kids communicate with each other by like, I mean, because it's so natural for you guys, but I still feel like there's a level of respect when you're talking to adults, or you can't talk to your boss, or, you know.
The one that used to get me was my mom would call me. I say yes.
What?
You said what?
Yes, who? Like awful, and it's just like. But that's the thing. Like everything, we can get into crazy conversations.
Yeah.
But like I think everything matters. So like just like you said, and like kind of like to bring it full circle, like David Lee, having that like authoritative figure is so important. Because like in life and dealing with other people, like you kind of learn it from as a kid, and it kind of just builds and grows and grows. And grows, so. Yeah.
And we're learning from you guys as well because.
What's up? I was gonna say you want to ask if anybody out there want to say anything.
Yeah.
Anybody out there want to say anything?
Does anyone have any questions?
Is this on?
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can hear me?
Yes,
Stand where
sir.
the X is. Stand where the X is on the ground.
I don't want to be on camera though. I got a question.
He got warrants.
I got a question though.
It's because he wears pants back.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
All right. So you guys all kind of said something, and I want your guys' input on it. So when we grew up, you think about Biggie and Pac, or you think about Nas and Jay-Z. I mean, I remember fighting with my friends, like, because I was a Nas fan, they was Rockefeller, and there seems to be less of a loyalty you have towards artists that we used to have.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, no, bro. It's because, like...
And we still have it.
Yeah, we still have it, right?
It's there. Say
It's
what you were
like
saying.
somebody
Leo.
can be chill one moment and then you wake up the next morning and Twitter's blowing up because they did some crazy stuff like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Damn. That's tricky.
I think it's access to information. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because for me, it's like as much as I love Drake, I know he doesn't write his own music. So like, you know what I mean? You could hide that before. If it came out that Eminem didn't write his music, I think the world flips.
Oh,
upside
yeah,
down.
yeah, I'd
You know
be
what
tight.
I mean?
I'd be
But
tight.
it's like they didn't have access to technology, so you can like hide that. So with stuff being so out in the open, like
I'm thinking, what could make me be disloyal to Jay-Z, 50 Cent?
What if Jay-Z?
Pac?
what if he's found guilty?
Yeah,
What if
but
they? What if he got pulled into the
They
Diddy
just dismissed
situation?
that.
But if he got found guilty,
Holla at me if he,
Yeah.
or
He
if
got
he
some
when he
new
does,
accusations,
we'll do
by
a
the
part
way.
2 to the. I'll be sad, bro. I would be so sad.
Because I still listen to R. Kelly. I don't care what y'all say.
I'm not gonna lie, I do have R. Kelly.
Robert did that. Robert did that crazy stuff, but R. Kelly is fire.
Yeah, separate the artists.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
But I can't mess with Robert though. Robert, nah. But you know what I'm saying.
But Jay-Z though, you know what I mean? Like,
But that's what I mean. Like, I feel like the kids, like, as much as like they have their issues and their intricacies, like, they're learning, they're adopting, so they're able to separate way better. You know what I mean? Yeah.
so do you guys have an artist that you feel like you'll be a fan of for the rest of your life?
Playboy Cardi.
Tyler Creator, but I can't.
Even if they never created anything else, just based on
Yeah,
their
Frank
catalog.
Ocean, a prime example.
Yeah, he hasn't dropped music since 2016.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he won't drop music.
It's Playboy Cardi and Baby Smooth. Baby Smooth's
Baby
from
Smooth,
Detroit.
Wow, what a shot.
That guy, he helped me make money. He helped me make a lot.
That's how I feel about Jay-Z and 50 Cent.
Just grind. Yep.
Damn.
You said Baby Smooth?
Never heard it.
I got. You know, y'all gonna have to give me a list of stuff so I can do some homework because I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Blow your kid's mind. I want to talk about something that you, when we were going around, you were talking about how much hip hop influenced like the culture. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think fashion, hip hop, it all goes hand in hand. He's got Tommy Hilfiger on, and those go hand in hand.
You know Tommy Hilfiger's from Elmira.
Yes,
Elmira
so
College.
I'm in the fashion program. It's Tommy Hilfiger Fashion Business School. I'm very close with his sister.
You met
Betsy?
Betsy?
Talking about Betsy? We all
Yeah,
know
that's my
Betsy.
girl. That's my girl.
I stayed in
Betsy.
Betsy's house when I was a kid with her son Joe and
Yep.
Mike
Joe met
Frito.
my dad in DC, which is weird. Like they met totally out of nowhere. Like
Oh, just like random
'cause he
encounter?
lives
And
in- yeah, and
that's
the random
dope.
encounter. And he's like, yeah, my mom, she works at Elmira College. My dad's like, I know where Elmira College is. And the dude in DC, no one knows where Elmira is. So he's like, you're trolling. And then my dad told him that I'm in the fashion program, and he met this lady with a certain type of color
That
hair. And
is
he's like, dude, that's my
crazy.
mom. So, yeah, I've had dinner with Tommy. I've had a lot of conversations with Andy, and they're just telling like Andy one time he got a call about this group, these four girls, and they think they're gonna be the next thing, and he wants them to perform with the clothes on. That group ended up being Destiny's Child, which is huge. And so you talk about the fashion side and how much hip hop influenced fashion. We got Tim's on.
What
We
is hip
switch
hop
it.
without fashion?
Amen.
What's fashion without hip hop? It's the same thing. And it's art. It goes hand in hand.
That's deep.
And like influential wise, like first off, hip hop will be nothing without like R&B and jazz. You talk about you grew up in you say you grew up in a jazz household.
Yes, sir.
Jazz influence, hip hop. You got people saying that's why I like that type of music because I like to really like sit down, listen to the composition of it, the sampling of. We got Luther Vandross is going huge right now, and Teddy Pendergrass. Everyone's sampling him right now, and I think that is an influence on that because those people grew up hearing their parents play that, and then now they want to remix that, and then now we have this generation. But during that time, people were remixing that like that's huge. So now, like people, you go to Africa, everyone wants to dress up like a rapper. They got gold teeth now. They want to walk like us, talk like us.
In
get their
Africa,
hair done.
they giving it up like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That would look crazy.
Crazy.
You can see some pictures in Africa, and you think it's like in Chicago,
just
in
think
New
it's-
York.
It's
Yeah, man.
crazy. It's crazy.
Do they do drill music? in
Yeah,
Africa?
there's Ghanaian
Yeah.
drill. It's they.
You think the knives here are bad? Oh,
They probably be.
They got the old machete. They'll pull a machete out on you.
If you don't die from the stab, you die of tetanus.
Damn.
I like him. I like that guy right there. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? We can hang out.
Oh, my
Are you
goodness.
21?
Yeah.
Don't hang out with this kid, man. I'm telling you, don't do it. It change your life, man. Maybe for the better, but I don't know.
At the expense of a few jokes.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, it's all fun loving. My that talking junk and joking is my love language.
Nah,
you know what I
that's
mean? So if I'm talking and I'm joking with you, the more I talk and joke with you, the more I mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just the hard part, the harsh reality of.
I had a joke with
Dealing
him
with
one
me.
day at one point in time where I was like, not a joke, but I was like, I don't care if I pulled up in the flyest outfit that I spent. It doesn't matter. Matching head to toe and a flying spur or a Bentley. He's going to find something.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's black people. Black
Yeah.
people always like you could be doing something good, like
Yes.
but look at this dude. This dude got an umbrella. Like that's like black people always could just
Like,
like
damn,
throw
it's
you.
raining. I need it.
Said they hated on Jesus for walking on water.
Word up.
You know what I mean?
That's a good one. He said they talk
He
about
gonna
Jesus
use that. Why?
for walking on water. Oh, you couldn't swim? You had to walk on the water because you can't backstroke or do the doggy paddle.
Always trolling. Like,
So where do you guys think? All right, so we've established that the hip hop culture affects the community of minorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where do you guys think it's going in the future? I try to stay a step ahead.
dude, I can't lie. I don't know what hip hop's gonna sound like in 20 years.
Well, how about even 5?
It's changing so fast because people have more access to technology, like the beats, composition. If you went back in the 90s or 80s and showed someone a Yeet song, or
Yeah, they would have looked at you like an alien.
what? Like, what
Hold
is
on. What?
Yeet.
Yeah, I heard
What's that? What's that?
You gotta listen to Yeet.
That's an artist?
Yes.
Yeat. Yeah, Yeet.
Yeah, he all right.
I think I'm on the
His beats are hard, but like if you show someone that in the 80s or 90s and you listen
Good
to Wu-Tang
workout
fan,
music.
yeah, it's good workout music. Yeah, Yeet. You might actually. I think you would like it.
Hold on, I'm creating a list so that I can. So you said Yeet.
Yeet, Baby Smooth,
Hold on, Yeet. Y-E-E-T.
Yeat.
Y-E-A-T.
Can you hit the Bluetooth button on the
Yeet.
the
You said Baby
Rodecaster
Smooth?
one?
Baby Smooth, Baby Tron.
Baby Tron.
Yep.
Baby Tron?
Hold it for a
Tron.
second, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
see if I
Baby Tron's
can.
though. I heard Baby Tron.
Baby Tron
Yeah,
is
Baby
dope,
Tron.
man.
Yeah, you listen
It's
to
a
him?
beast.
He's
Yeah.
hard,
That guy
man.
can spit,
Like the
too.
way he delivers, then it's almost like he has. He's so confident in what he does and what he says, and then the bars are intelligent
And it hits you, makes
witty.
you think.
Yeah,
I
like
like music that makes you think.
he's dope, man.
See, I like JID. I like that type.
JID, I watch
I like that type of young people music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you like YBN Corday? That was his name.
Yeah, Corday.
he's
Yep,
dope.
yep.
you like that
I like Corday too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I don't know. I'm weird. I still listen to the same music that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? But I try. My daughter makes me step outside of my comfort zone and listen to certain things. I just don't know who it is.
Yeah.
You know, we watched the BET Awards. And, you know, I was watching it for different reasons than my daughter was. She was like, Dad, you hear this? And I was like, nah, but I see that booty popping, though. You know, I ain't tell that to her, but I was like, I was over here like, I only got $1, but go ahead and
But I think that's props to you because like you're making the effort to kind of evolve with the time. You know what I mean?
And you're bonded with your daughter at the same
Yeah.
time. She gonna remember it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but that's the important part of it, and that's the cycle of when you were speaking about how it's do as I say. Like we grew up in the do as I say era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where there was no explanation, which we didn't understand the trauma that we lived with that we're dealing with as adults
Back,
now
yeah.
because of how we were raised.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, I can say us as a collective, we all hold each other accountable and try to encourage each other to step out of our comfort zone to say like, hey, you know, maybe you should try it. Maybe you should listen to this. Like, you know, why don't you check this out? It might not be for you, but you know, like I said, and so, you know, that's one big thing that I do try to do with my daughter is to try to experience what she experiences, mainly because I'm nosy as heck and I want to be all up in her business.
As you should.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know what she's listening to. I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, nah, we're not doing that. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? But it does give you a different experience, just like you said, to be able to talk to your parents about uncomfortable, comfortable conversations. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm
Like,
glad
that's
you
really
said
big.
that though, because like, when I say conservative, and I'm about to say conservative, I don't mean like Republican, Democrat. I mean like just conservative in the ways they don't want to change. And I think a lot of black people, they're conservative in their ways. They don't want to try new things. And I think that's also
I would say comfortable.
comfortable.
There you go.
Too.
Comfortable better than
Scared.
conservative.
I want to say scared too, because there are a lot of
Scared.
black people. They're scared.
Scared's big.
They're
I can
scared-
say
scared
that
of
applied to
change.
me at one point in my life too.
Yeah.
That's real like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they-
it was working. Everything was working. To do something that's out of my comfort zone.
And I think that holds us back because like we can do so much, and we're finally learning it now.
Amen.
I picked up lacrosse. I'm playing lacrosse.
Dope.
That's only a black thing in Maryland, but I'm learning new things. We can
Pull
really
your
get
mic just a
into-
little bit closer.
Nah, it's
we
not a
can-
black thing. You know, Method Man played lacrosse. He was going to get a scholarship for lacrosse before he got shot.
I saw that when I was looking
Really?
it up.
Yeah.
It's black people though. They really got to get try new things because because we can do so much. We have so much potential, but we hold ourselves back. Like, dude, you see white people rock climbing and going to yoga classes. And stuff. Black people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
There's so much substance. There's so much substance to that.
I went with
I do the yoga, but I ain't climbing.
I eat yogurt. I never did yoga, but I did. You know,
freehand too climbing.
So just like when last year when I called y'all, here I go flexing. So me and my cousins, we rented a yacht and we went yachting.
That's the hoodie button, just in case.
We went yachting between Croatia and Italy for 12 days, right? And so we went to, we stopped and we did, it wasn't rock climbing, but it was ziplining. But we had to climb up to do the ziplining, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because you said that, and we looking around, me and my cousins, we looking around, we like, man, it is not that shady up here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody looking at me, you know, I'm big, I got I got a metal leg and some fly sneakers on, and they looking like, you walked up here no shoes? I was like, yeah, what's the problem? They was like, it's gonna get dirty. I said, they just sneakers. You know, but just like you said,
tried it.
But I tried it, and I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was fun.
It was one of the dopest things. I felt accomplished because I had to climb a mile up just to be able to start doing it. I was the first amputee to do and finish the whole zip line. Really? You know what I'm saying? So
that's history.
So it was dope because, like I said, I stepped outside of my comfort zone to do something that I would never think that I would. Cap, let's go zip line, and you be like,
exactly
over a gorge.
That's another thing.
I don't like heights, so that's what that's about.
I love hiking. Hiking is huge.
He said heights.
I don't like heights.
But that's another thing. Like I try to get black people to do a lot of stuff. Like I be like, yo, let's go do this. Nah, man, I don't want to do that. That's white people stuff. All right, man.
I hate when that.
Okay.
I hate even when you're having conversation, right? Like I had a kid about 4 years ago say, he said, "Why do you talk like a white guy?"
Yep.
Wow.
I get that.
Now look, I'm gonna be real.
that
I'm from my background is street. That's where I come from. I'm not saying it in a proud way. It's just real. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of things. I never correlated being able to speak intelligently with anything other than intelligence.
Yeah.
So when he said that to me, all I could do was laugh in the moment because I was like, damn, you're so brainwashed.
Now only white people can be.
Yeah, like you're basically saying you don't have the right to be intelligent because you consider yourself to
the
be
same thing. You see yourself as dumb.
Street, yeah.
You can't be smart. Like it's okay.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot in society, and my daughter goes through a lot of it. Like we go apple picking, and so her friends be like, "What you do this weekend?" "Oh yeah, me and my dad we went apple picking." She like, "What you mean you went apple picking? Black people don't do that." She was like, "Man, we went apple picking. We got the donuts. We came home. We made apple crisp. We made homemade apple pie. We had a good time." I don't know what y'all talking about, but
David Lee. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
but
go
David
ahead.
Lee and I kind of talked about this in our YouTube or whatever. Just kind of sitting in your own energy. I think that stuff's so important because like as much as like her friends or whatever kind of cared about the apple crisp or like whatever situation was going on, it made her happy. So it's like, don't care about what anyone else thinks. Enjoy it. Because like, even for me to you, like, you said you're the first amputee to do the ziplining thing. You brushed over that. But to someone who's a nerd about ziplining, this is the first ever zipliner back here, whatever. What you did is history. And that's why I said it's history.
Real talk.
To you, it's like, oh, I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to
celebrate it.
Yeah, celebrate it.
Oh, I do. Look, don't get it twisted. Because when I got done, I sat there and I celebrated myself because number one, it was one of the hardest. It was the hardest thing that I've done since I became an amputee. The most physically challenging thing that I've done. Besides starting, working out with him, listening to all that weird stuff that he be listening to on his playlist. But that was the most physically challenging thing. And so I sat and I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm proud of myself for pushing myself, number one, to do something that I never thought that I would like. Yeah. But number two, I was like, I didn't think. Like when we're walking up the mountain and I'm looking and I'm like, it wasn't no steps. It was like hiking, you know what I'm saying? And like my ankle don't bend, my leg don't move. So I had, at some point, I'm grabbing on a tree to try to walk up sideways. So I do celebrate it, and I just brush over things because I try to make my life as normal as possible. Wow. You know what I mean? Not why is because for me personally, even though these guys always tell me like, yo, I don't know how you do it. I get up every day just like you guys do, except for I got to put my leg on before I go to the bathroom.
Either that. I mean, because we got to witness him go from having 2 legs to, I mean, when he called me when he was in the hospital, I was breaking down crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, you feel powerless. You want to help your people.
Yeah.
He's coming to terms with it. So it's like, you have to accept it too. You know what I mean?
So would you say like the amputee, would it make you appreciate certain things in life that you didn't appreciate before?
It definitely does. I think, you know, the mindset that I took on it is I had to turn my biggest lesson into my greatest blessing. So that's the mindset that I take on with it. So, you know, like they get mad at me, and just like you said, don't gloss over it, you know, and I tend to do that a lot, is because not that I want to be regular, it's just the fact of this is my regular life. You know what I mean? I have to get up in the morning, throw my leg on to run to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Or I have to get up and, you know, put my leg on to do this or to do that. You know what I mean? So the scenarios that I go through in my head, like we said, I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a protector of the house. So, you know, I'm not going to lie. There was some weird stuff that I practiced when I was, you know, I'm sitting around. I'm like, what if somebody run in my crib? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I got to figure out how fast I could put my leg on, you know, get to the whoop wop, to do the whoop wop, to make sure my family is straight. You know what I mean? So I'm practicing, put my leg on real fast to try to, you know what I mean? Like,
it's adapting and being proactive in your
so it is different. It is weird. It does take a lot of things. I do think about a lot of things that we don't normally think of. You know what I mean? Like, you know, going to the bathroom. Yeah. You have a plant leg when you go to the bathroom. You just don't know it. Yeah. So when your leg is missing and you try to plant, you know what I mean, you might fall down. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, but I'm just saying, like, realistically, there's a lot of things that you just don't think of. You know what I mean? Like, I remember one time we was in Philly and I stopped drinking because, you know, you don't think straight. So, like, I got up and I forgot that I didn't have a leg. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to the bathroom, so I got up and went to walk, and it was like,
and got down.
Boom, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so my wife, she just peeks over the blankets and is like, "You okay?" Like, no, I'm on the ground. Like, you know. But I mean, it is an adaptation. But I think I look at it as everything is an adaptation. Like, you know, you guys being up here, you being in America, comparative to being where you're from, it's you know, you have to adapt to that. Being in DC with, you know, Chocolate City, coming up here and it's not as prevalent, you have to adapt to that. Yeah. I mean, you not so much. You from Bing, it's like right down the street. It's kind of
different. No, it's different. But I mean, it's different too, though. Like,
you know, it's different. But you know what I'm saying? It's more Binghamton comparative to where these guys are from. Yeah, is more of the same than it is where they're from. Is all I'm saying.
As saying like Binghamton is similar to where we're at. Yeah. But a lot of
it's different.
Things jump off out there, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and it's way more active out there than it is out here. Elmira is like, what have you guys experienced as far as like activities?
It's a little slower.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like, you mean things like extracurricular?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can find.
That's the thing I like about Elmira. Yeah. Like, from being in Toronto, like, you kind of create your own destiny. If you want to be busy, you can find ways to be busy. It's hard. You got to work for it.
Yeah.
You could be busy, but like, if you don't want to be busy, you don't have to.
I don't know. I'm used to hearing sirens go by the house.
Yeah.
And everywhere I lived in Africa, in Switzerland, like, it's just active. I like seeing people being around. And so here it's been a little bit of a struggle for me because, like, there's like no one around. Like, I can walk at 12 o'clock to 7-Eleven and there's no crackhead walking around. Really? There's no one posted
Don't go
up
on the east side.
Don't go on the. Don't come to my neighborhood.
I won't go there, but like, it's
we'll make a list for you.
Everywhere you go in DC, they're everywhere.
Tell them they're there.
I mean, from in the summertime, from my back porch, every couple of days,
I've seen some crazy
you
stuff.
Can, you hear
when I go over there
shots
across
fired.
the bridge, I've heard that.
There's been a lot
but it's not.
I don't want to
everywhere.
like try to deter
Oh,
y'all
no,
or make
no,
it
no,
because
no,
you
no.
guys are from.
Bro, we from bro.
When I
But-
did my tour here, I'm like, oh, school's nice, whatever. I guess my coach drew me up the middle street, whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Yeah.
First day I drew to practice here,
Yeah.
prison. There's a prison here?
Yeah.
I took my car
A
out,
maximum prison.
didn't drive my car for a while. I'm like, let me take it over the bridge. 12
Yeah.
a.m. It's hot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm from Canada, so 26 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is, like 84. Hot.
Yeah.
There's a white guy, full shiesty, full
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
green Nike tech,
Yeah.
riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
I think that's what I love about Elmira because, you know, everything's integrated here. You know what I'm saying? Like you might come across some racism here and there, but you know, we all grew up with white, black, Latino. So it's not one of those things where, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. I don't really see the lines as divided as someone that would come from a place that was like super racist. You know what I mean? Like I experienced it, but not enough. I guess I just don't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's honestly, I don't want to take away from you guys, but like that's something I battled. Like obviously playing hockey.
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh.
I battled that a long time. But one thing I've kind of found is like, David Lee and I were talking about it. You kind of like just gotta adapt to your lobbies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like him saying like you can like his mom wants to approach someone, you can do that there. You can't do it here. So
Yeah.
it's just like kind of learning the area you're around, and like I genuinely think everything that happens
Yeah.
is meant to serve some sort of purpose as a lesson. So it's like, okay, you dealt with that. So like
Yes.
going forward, now you know how to deal with that person. So you're
Yeah.
not like taken away from it. Don't look at it as trauma.
Yeah.
Look at it as a
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah,
Lessons.
exactly at that. I feel like a lot of people think because of the situation they're given or like how they grew up and like all the trauma that they dealt with, that's what they have to sit in for the rest of their life,
Yeah.
and like that's their limit. But like speaking off of experience too, like I never saw it that way. Like I always took like my trauma and like situations that's happened.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this happened and that has no correlation to what I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes. You want to talk about
It is
that?
Black History Month, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna let the youngins
Youngins.
spearhead this conversation. How do you guys feel about Black History Month?
I think of Bob Marley right away. Every
Bob
year.
Marley,
Right away.
we know what you be doing.
I told you that he could hang out with me. I told you that's my man.
Not even. Just growing up in a Jamaican household, like reggae all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like being able to like understand the music and like seeing what he's talking about and like how it ties into today. Like
Yeah.
when that comes around, it's just Bob Marley. Because that's, again, growing up, that's what I knew. It's February, it's Bob Marley month. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand reggae. I
That's-
don't understand.
once you do,
I don't
it'll change
understand it
your
at all.
life.
So I make up my own stuff. I be like French fries, cinnamon roll,
He's serious,
fried
too.
chicken, and baked potato. Me said French fries. That's a vibe. You know what I'm
So
saying?
is there anybody throughout Black history that you guys really resonate with?
No, but there's some that I really appreciate, like that set the forefathers, and foremothers, so that set the ground for us. One I really think about that I feel like he's looked over is Fred Hampton. The way he went out. First of all, a lot of people don't really understand because they try to make it look like it was so long ago. They try to put a black and white picture of Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
They had colored TV back then. They just try to make it look like it was so long ago. But Martin Luther King was like 32. And Fred Hampton was 24. Malcolm X was 30 something.
Yeah.
Like they were still young. And the way these guys are going out, like the government felt so threatened that they need to hire other people to kill them.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. The biggest threat to American democracy is unified black people, and it's
Talk
it's,
that
it's,
shit.
it's the truth. Every time we try to do something, someone tries to undermine it. Even on college, when we try to start something with the Black Student Union,
Yeah.
someone is there doing something like trying to it just people can't see black people happy.
Yeah.
So seeing Fred Hampton, like 24 years old, making a big change with the Black Panther Party, because not everyone wants to do it the Martin Luther King way. Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta.
And it's
take your
okay to
freedom,
have
grab-
different ways to go about.
You have to take on oppression through all ways.
Yeah.
That to be the bus boycotts, the bus boycotts, whatever. The sitting in at the bar. You could be the Black Panthers being the more aggressive way.
Yeah.
The Martin Luther King way of speaking. There's all ways to take it on, but Fred Hampton really sat with me because he really he's so young and he had the whole world behind him. Like when I say whole world, obviously not the whole world, but a lot of people were behind him, and he changed the Black Panther
Who killed
Party.
him?
It was the police.
the police
CIA
were-
or just regular
It
police?
was all of them, but the CIA had the police in Chicago spearheaded, but the police wasn't even one that really did it. They also had the Italian mobsters come in too with him, and they just went in the room. They just shot up the whole room, and he had a child.
Damn.
His girlfriend was pregnant, and they just like for people to do that, you have to do something powerful. Like, and it just means it inspires me. Like, you had a whole bunch of old dudes that wanted you off the map at 24. Like, it's crazy to me, 24.
Because of your power, your
yeah,
just like you
influence,
said,
and your ability to
He said
unify the people.
Unify black people. You know what I mean? And people don't realize that man. He was 24 years old, and in the strides that he made in the Chicago communities, he's the reason behind Chicago getting free lunch and free breakfast for all those kids.
Yep.
He's the one spearheaded all those different local programs that were designed to help big up the people. And so they knew that if all these people got unified, especially Chicago being the mobster city, you know what I mean, the Italians or whatever, how they controlled things, if they unified the blacks out there, it was going to be something too powerful.
I have a question behind that. What are your guys' thoughts around the fact that we haven't seen someone really step up to the plate to try to live on to that legacy?
Like for Hampton type?
Or just
like
any type of leadership? Like, what do you think is the...
I think there is. It's now, like back then, you know, black people aren't a monolith. I want to say that first. But black people, like, they all had a collective thing. They wanted like freedom. They wanted a seat at the table. But now you have black people that want to do their own thing. Like, I got mine now, so I don't need to say. I don't
Crabs
need to
in a
say
bucket.
anything. Yeah, crabs. I talk about that. Crabs in the cradle syndrome, and black people like. I'm on my own now. I did mine. Why can't you do yours? And that's where you make a mistake. And another thing, we're banning knowledge from people. And in Florida, they're banning books and stuff. And that is important because knowledge is power. And if people don't have knowledge, they can't. How are they gonna unify and like step up? Like, we have a Barack Obama, but he came from you guys' time.
Yeah.
We don't have anyone like that. There's people who are trying to make a step, but there's so many different type of black people that it's hard to unify them, and you know, people want to like talk down on other stuff. So it's really
what do you
hard
think
to
it is
put a
about
foot.
today and now to whereas that doesn't exist?
You can suppress the black community real well. Like I do a lot of stuff with like computers and like AI algorithms and stuff. It's like if they want to preach, oh, get a shiesty, that's the reason why you see so many guys in shiesties and they look good in shiesties because the algorithm.
They make me nervous.
But the algorithm, like to the kids, to you, but to the algorithm, the kids are showing like light-skinned guys wearing shiesties, like looking good. So it's like, oh, it's to look good, but now it's instilling fear into you.
What?
And it's
Wait, say that again, just because I'm trying to absorb it.
Well, like it's small. So like
you said.
So
like
wearing
a
a
light-skinned
shiesty, for example,
person
right?
in
Like
a
if
shiesty,
there's someone that looks good, like more attractive, whatever, it's gonna get boosted on the algorithm because you're spending more time on it. But the kid's gonna be like, "Oh, that guy's attractive." They're not thinking about the shiesty. You're making the correlation subconsciously, but you're not thinking about the shiesty.
Kind of like the rappers back in the day. We wanted to wear chains because they wore chains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like the triple XL T-shirt's just a 3XL T-shirt, but it's like all the rappers are wearing it, so he must be a rapper too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it just fits.
So,
like shit, what's wrong with wearing it?
When I tell you the CIA is winning, it's so deep. Like even small stuff like Galaxy Gas, that stuff doesn't just come out of nowhere.
You said
know
what?
I mean?
Galaxy? What's that?
It's
Like the
nothing
whippets?
It's like what is it? Helium?
Kind
People
of.
use it to like get
Nitrogen?
high.
Yeah, and they
Galaxy
inhale it.
gas is what it's called?
Remember the
Literally,
whippets?
Nitrogen.
like
Yeah.
air,
The CO2?
Like nitrogen.
Yeah,
It's like
and
I think it's nitrous,
and it
but
kills
like
your brain.
just gets you
Bad.
high.
But like that's another thing. Like
it's a whip.
we
It's
don't
like
have black
whippets.
people. Whippets, yeah, that's the thing. We don't have black people because we're being taken down. The CIA, they expose it. They pump drugs and guns into our neighborhoods, and they arrested our fathers. We don't have anything. So it's the same thing now. I am heavily on this. I don't care what anyone says. That now our modern day drugs and stuff that we have is our instant gratification through dopamine, through social media. So World Star, I think, is so detrimental to black people. The World Star media, there's always something negative.
20B1s.
Black people.
20B1s are
The
terrible.
balloon
I'll tell you
popping
why.
is
Yes.
There's
horrible.
a
I
reason
hate it.
why you get out of university and you see like a bunch of white kids or whatever getting married, like senior graduation, getting proposed to. Yet 20v1s, yeah, it's funny, whatever, but if you look at it, they're 30, 40, looking for love. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
Like, come
It's
on.
so deep, but you're not processing it because you're getting your hit of dopamine. Like, haha, that's
Because it's
funny.
entertainment.
But like,
Yep.
you look past the smoke and mirrors, it's not funny.
It's
you know
not
what I
fun,
mean?
and the media that we consume. I talked to my girlfriend about this. I think the shows like Baddies and just
Yeah.
showing black women fighting all
Yeah.
day. The World Star is bad.
Yeah.
The Shade Room is bad. Like all that stuff. Like what you're consuming is bad for you, and it's like, and they know that. Also, we want to talk about music. The music labels, they literally will not let you rap about anything other than
Yeah.
killing and shooting.
Yeah.
And you got a baby mama, but you don't
Yeah.
care. You cheating on her. You
Yeah.
cracking 10 women. Like,
Yeah.
that's,
I ain't trying to interrupt you. I'm over here beaming with joy because these are conversations that we have. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm not. I say old, but I'm gonna say grown. So we have grown conversations from where we used to be you guys comparative to now we're fathers, and these are the conversations and the views that we have on the very things that you guys are saying. You guys are right in tune with what we talk about. So I just want to say thank y'all for being
Yeah.
open-minded
Nice.
and not closed-minded, because you know a lot of times young folks only see the direction that they're going in, and their peripheral is, you know, they're just always so focused on this that they're not looking at the sidebars and understanding that baddies and all them different things, even though it is entertainment, but look at the depiction of how it makes young girls. So
portray
now you
black
have
women.
these little girls like my daughter who's 14 looking at these shows and like, oh well, this is what I'm supposed to do to be successful. No, it's not.
Yeah.
But because that's what they portray, loving hip hop, all them different words. You know, I ain't never heard an artist off of Love and Hip Hop come up with an album, and there's like 17 seasons, and they always in the studio. Like, what happened? Like, y'all in the studio every episode. I ain't heard one song from y'all.
that's important. Like the just the way you portray people, kids look up to that. You ain't have black Barbies back then. Now you got black Barbies. And you said something can you repeat the point you just made? I wanted to talk about that. The beginning point that you made.
As far as
The whole thing,
Like
because you said something, and I was gonna talk
Like
about
you
it.
guys being willing, like
Their
basically
grown
to-
mindset.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
I was gonna say something too. I just wanted to say I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
actually taking the time to hear, because like a lot of people they'll be like, oh, these new kids, like the music's awful, whatever, and just write it off as awful. But you guys are like almost like, why is it awful?
You know what?
I mean?
Yeah.
That's the cheat code
For life.
for individuals that want to not only just that like to educate themselves.
Yeah.
Because what I've learned, I told you I'm an audio engineer. I work with all age demographics, right?
Yeah.
I've learned the most stuff from the younger individuals than I do individuals my age, and this is why you guys are evolving super quick, whereas we learned at a slower pace. And if I pick your brains about the things that you know, it keeps me in the know.
Yeah.
And you know, my business flourishes and I learn more. My name is Capion, but they call me Cap for short. I can't forget the session I had when a gentleman came in, and when I told him my name was Cap, he was like,
no cat.
Cap, like you be, like
capping?
I was so confused. He had to break down to me what it meant to cap. You know what I'm saying? But if he wouldn't have did that, I probably would have just got looked at funny from like everybody else. that
All the
was-
young people
Yeah,
looking
Nah,
at
but
you.
listen, I know the exact. So I was in a session with him, and Cap he had to go do something. So I'm sitting there, and he's like, "Yeah, no Cap," and I said, "Nah, bro, my name is Germ, or you can call me Hydro." You know what I mean? He was like, "Word up, no Cap." I said, "Yo, bro, listen. I'm gonna take my name is Germ, or you could call me Hydro. You call me Big Germ. You can call me Big Dog. You can call me whatever. But Cap is not here right now." He was like, "Word up, no Cap." And I said, "Look, bro, listen. I ain't gonna tell you no more." He's like, "Listen." He's like, "No." But he had to explain to me what
Yeah, like-
no Cap meant.
Granted, it
And
was
I
a long
like,
time ago, but I'll never forget that. So I'm always receptive and open-minded.
That's good.
And we appreciate everything that you guys brought to the show today. Maybe we can do it again in the future if Larry puts it together. And
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
thank y'all
Larry.
for coming down, man.
It's a really
Thank you
great
so
time.
much.
If you guys ever want to, we're definitely open to it. You should bring him down to the studio sometime too. Check out.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Yeah,
I'm in there like
Perfect
swimwear.
timing.
You know, we might have to have a college episode downtown. Larry, you can't come though, Larry.
Yeah.
Nah, Larry can come.
Larry's
if you
the
wear your
G.
clothes back,
Yeah, you got
Larry, you can't. Larry, we love you, Larry. I'm
Larry,
gonna see you in church on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know how much he
That's
be
where I know
telling
you
you.
from.
Yeah.
I met you on
Larry's
Easter
a G on the low.
at the church.
He's made a lot of positive changes in his life. I've known Larry literally since we were this big. I used to go to his house in the morning when I lived across the street from Mount Lewis and eat breakfast there. You know what I mean? Like, we've been bonded forever. So he's another black man that I've got to watch do some powerful things, man. Powerful things.
you know, he beat the odds. A lot of people judge people based on, just like you said, doing something different, trying to be different. Oh, it's not white to want to get an education. It's not white to want to be married. It's not anything. It's called being an adult. You know, and I, like I said, I appreciate your guys' open-mindedness on a lot of these topics, because, you know, a lot of times people aren't receptive to change or to different things, you know. And just like you guys said, you guys appreciate us listening and trying to understand, you know, but it works both ways, you know, because what y'all don't understand is you guys are blessing us just as much as you feel like we're blessing you guys. You know what I mean? And that's the disparity in life is, you said, oh, it's do as I say. Well, nah, it is do as I say, but I'm gonna tell you why I want you to do as I say, and I'm gonna give you a reason, and I'm gonna say, well, what do you feel about that?
That's good.
Oh, well, I don't like this because you yell at me, and I'm be like, well, I done told you once. Now it's the third time, so now I'm yelling because, you know, I shouldn't have to tell you 3 times. You know, but it's those are the small conversations that allow us as a community to be a village, you know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all, for real.
It's your minds that are really gonna have a change on the future. And I hate to sound cliche and corny, but that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, the thoughts that you guys have, if you allow them to keep flourishing, we'll be all right. You know what I mean? You just got to keep spreading that love, the knowledge, and I think we'll be all right, man.
Before we get out here, can y'all say y'all show one more time?
YouTube is He's Fashionably.
Spell it out.
He's like HES Fashionable, but my last name is Lee, so there's an extra E at the end.
He's fashionable.
Spell it start to front.
HES Fashionable.
Question, you writing it down?
HION.
You got it, Question?
ABLEE.
Amen.
Yeah, we just started it like, what, 28th of January, 29th of January. It started with 0 subscribers.
And congratulations on that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's really great, truly.
That's
Especially
dope,
because
man.
they're like my age, I guess you could say. It's like, it's
But I mean,
really
it's a process, man. Progress is a process. You know, Quest was doing an album.
Yeah.
And one day after one of the sessions, you know, we all rap. I do comedic rap. I don't really rap, but I just be having fun. But we had a session, and so after the session, we just went in the other room and just started having a conversation. So that's where this came from. And so we had a few conversations a year ago, and now, you know, we're a little over 6,000, I think, followers organically. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, so keep grinding.
We
you
in
know,
like episode 85.
85? No, yeah, this is 85. Yeah.
When did you start?
A little over a year ago.
It's like almost 2 years.
23.
23.
I want to say August, July or August 23.
Are you utilizing TikTok and posting your clips
I
and
just
stuff?
started getting on there. Like,
we learning. That's what we need y'all young
matter
folks
of fact,
for.
let me throw my TikTok out there. It's Cappy on the Great.
Cappy on the Great.
CAPION.
Okay.
they're great.
The Great.
Like the or the?
The.
Okay.
Yeah, old school. We don't get into all the weird spellings like
No, with
TH and X and NG and.
Y'all can follow me at Hoodro44 on everything.
Be careful though.
Amen.
Be careful.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, you feel it.
We got a filter right now. I want to do a no filter one.
Yeah, for
we
sure,
can
for sure.
Authentically speak.
For sure.
so.
Check us
Nah,
out.
it don't
too,
even
man.
be. It don't even be that bad. You know what I'm saying?
And if you check out our episodes on YouTube, I think you guys will like the topics of discussion we get into. I think we touch on a little bit of everything, just what's real.
No Diddy.
Everything, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We be
Oh
wild.
yeah.
Sorry, I had-
yeah.
sorry.
No did.
You know, cause you know, I've been teaching at EDA, and so they tell me, you know, I have to say no Diddy.
Say pause.
Yeah, we don't play the pause game.
Oh no.
Yeah, we don't play the pause game.
Want to hear
but-
something crazy?
the same thing.
There
I
was
know.
there was a man on this set of podcast member host, by the way, that dressed up as Diddy for Halloween.
I don't know who that was.
I don't know. There was a guy dressed up as Diddy for Halloween.
Yeah.
Shades and all.
You ain't
Scary
getting no
costume.
candy.
Take
you
that,
ain't
take
coming to the
that.
Halloween party.
That guy
Take
was
that.
weird. Whoever
Take
did
that. Take that.
And on that note, we got to get up out of here, y'all. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, real quick, we do want to thank Larry Parker, man. We thank you so
Larry.
much
Thank you, Larry.
for
Times a
for
thousand.
putting this
Thank you,
together,
Larry. Miss
brother.
Jacqueline in the back. Where's Larry hiding at?
Right there.
Oh.
Right here.
Oh, he's so big, he covering you up. I'm sitting here. No, that wasn't a shot though. Yo, stop recording because you know he's gonna throw something back. Go ahead.
Yo.
Mindful Exchange, episode 85, y'all. Peace.
Beautiful.
Podcasts connect, intellect, intersect. Brothers on the rise, no lies, just respect. Health, wealth, religion, truth, gotta inspect. Mindful exchange on deck, we perfect.